Good afternoon, ladies and gents. Welcome to the live stream. And for those of you who are watching afterwards on YouTube, welcome to this last live stream / video on the channel of 2023. And I thought to mark the occasion there would be no less important of an aircraft than the A2A Comanche 250 in Microsoft Flight Simulator to bring us out of 2022 and hopefully be a good omen for what is going to be coming to us in 2024. I can't believe I'm already saying 2024. Kind of funny. This sort of live stream takes me back to the days when I took the it was the A2A Constellation across the Atlantic, and I did stellar navigation in the dark in real time all through the night to get across to Gander, and the sim crashed about 200 nautical miles east of Gander, and it was pretty devastating. But I got to about 5 o'clock in the morning and on New Year's morning and managed it that far. But we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that this time. Just taking a look at the remove before flight tab. That is very, very detailed modeling. Look, you can even get the fabric weave. You know, the displacement mapping shows the fabric weave in the dark and the light as the light shines on it. And you see how the light shines as it twists As it twists, you can see it's more shaded down at the bottom than it is at the top because of the angle of the light on the fabric. That's really, really good. I know everyone at the moment is live streaming the new InnyBuilds A300, and I'm a bit jealous because I would really like to fly that, but I've decided not to get it because I would rather get the better version, which is the version without a glass cockpit. The better version is being developed by Just Flight, and they're going to be doing a steam gauge cockpit, which essentially sounds it's essentially the same aircraft, very similar, same variant, etc. But it's the steam gauge version, and that's has an INS, which I've never used before. So I'm looking forward to learn that. But that's a ways off yet still. Anyway, here stop talking about other aircraft that I'm not looking at. Here we are in the Comanche, and we will be flying today into East Midlands. Let's just bring up the chat. Hello, Matthew. Lovely little plane, the B4 version, old school. Yeah, no. Oh yes, the A300 B4 that Just Flight is developing for Microsoft Flight Simulator. As opposed to the InnyBuilds one that's just been released that has a glass cockpit, which is essentially if you have the A310, which is free for Microsoft Flight Simulator Deluxe, I think, for the 40th anniversary. It's essentially the same internal navigational structure. It's just a slightly different body and longer range. There are more. That's a very layman version of the issue, but anyway, so we are going to do some planning today. So we've got 9 gallons on either side. We're going to go with full center tanks. Excuse me, I have a cold. So my voice isn't going to be 100%. And we won't use tip tanks today. We'll just go with internals, which should be more than enough. And let's remember to hit the update digital engine monitor when ready. In terms of the engine, we shouldn't have any issues. I did just recently replace the alternator during my last flight. And I'm getting close to 100 hours. I think I should maybe just get close to 100 hours on the engine after this evening's flight. So we'll see how things go. So let's do a walk around. That sounds okay. Yeah, that sounds okay. We know there's nothing in the tip tank, so we're not going to worry about that. That looks serviceable. Let's take that tie down out. Now we should have... Yeah, just under that screw head. Underneath, let's take the chocks out. Now let's sump the underside. I've never yet got water in the fuel. I look forward to the day when I actually do, because I'd like to see that actually in action. Yeah, nothing stuck. I did once upon a time have a rag stuck in the intake in P3D. Okay, so let's open this up and let's take out the engine heater and have a look at the oil. So this oil should be after a... Oh yes. So this oil is after a... How many hours was this? This was a long flight. I flew from the Azores all the way to Exeter in one go. And I completely replaced the engine oil in the Azores to 9 quarts. So it's basically burnt off more than a quart since then. What I will do is I will just top it up to 9 quarts again. Like so. Okay. Check the left tank. And again, the fuel is up to that screw head. Left wheel chock. Right, so take down the tie down, and then also let's go in and turn on the battery and the pitot heat and check the pitot. Okay, it's cold, should be warming up as we speak, and then it should be hot. Yeah, there we go. So we know the pitot heat works. Yep, all looks good. Nothing in there that we need to declare. Sounds good. Sounds fine. Sounds good. Looks good. Static source valve is clear. Just sounds fine. Again, sounds okay. Clear again. And then finally, we're not going to take too much baggage. I'm going to say that suffices. And back into the cabin. So let's close the door. And lock. Okay, so we're now in the quiet of the cabin. So let's see. Yeah, actually, I'll pull up on Volanta, my most recent flight in this aircraft, and you'll see it's pretty long. So endurance is about 5 hours. Obviously, we shouldn't need anything over that. Let's just... I've not done any flight planning yet. Excuse me. Not done any flight planning yet. So I will take you through the flight planning. Yes, let me just pull this up. Yeah, that was the Azores all the way into just over 1,300 nautical miles at What altitude was that? 15,000? Yeah, 15,000. Yeah. That was a good flight. That was a really good long haul. So that's the flight I just did before, that I did previous to this flight, because obviously the A2A Simulations aircraft are persistent. So all of the engine life and the engine parameters are modeled persistently. So the context of the flight you've done before does play on the flight you are now doing. So Golf, Lima, India, Foxtrot, Romeo. Okay. So I will set up flight planning in a moment. 8 hours 30, good grief. Yeah. I do like my long hauls. And I know this aircraft can do them. So, okay, before starting pre-flight. Okay, it is complete. Passengers, we have briefed them. Seatbelts secure, control locks removed. Parking brake is set. Where's my parking brake? There it is, it's set. Gear switch is down. Flaps are up, radios are off, autopilot master is off, avionics is, that should be off. Avionics are also off. All electrical switches off. Circuit breakers, while I'm down here, are all in. All electrical circuit breakers are in, rotating beacon on. So let's put the rotating beacon to go on. Engine start. So, before we do the engine start, let's do something cool. Let's do some SimBrief flight planning. And I'll show you a thing or two here. This is kind of fun with the PMS 750. Right, so, well actually no, before I show you SimBrief, let's go to little nav map. Okay, so we know we are here in Exeter. Let's set that as our, and we know we want to be in East Mids. Set as destination. Actually, no. That's a good point. If we're doing this, okay, I will show you SimBrief first, because it's a SimBrief flight plan specifically. So, new flight. EGTE, I think it is. And then EGNX. See what that gives us. Golf, Lima, India, Foxtrot, Romeo. Aircraft is going to be the Comanche. See what that gives us. Okay. That's weird, but... I'd like a SID and a star. So we'll go with that. No, that's Gibso. That's not a SID. There are no SIDs at Exeter. I don't know what that jump up at up duck is. That's kind of weird. That's a bit too far out of my way, really. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. So inbound to Sam, Q41 to Silver, Daventry, and then Daventry 1 Echo. It wants you on the airways. That's why it's taking you out to the east. Yeah, that's true. So we're going to go out on the airways. We'll analyze that route. Let's go up to, depending on the cloud, I can't, yeah, I need to do this, obviously. Weather, live weather. Now, I've made the habit nowadays of starting the sim with a weather preset and then turning live weather on once I'm in the sim. I've been told that gives you more accurate weather, live weather. Sometimes the layers don't load in correctly if you don't do that. So, yeah, based on the look of the clouds, I'm going to go to, let's say 6,000 feet. Let's see what they say. Kilograms is... that's just the best thing it's going to be, I think. Kilograms is the way to go. Okay, generate flight. I do not like that little jig up. I don't understand what that is and why it's like that. Top of descent, why we couldn't just go direct from here to here rather than go to upduck. Maybe that's part of the star? We will find out, I'm sure. Okay, so air time is an hour. Block time an hour and 30. Cruising at 6,000. Route distance 218. Okay, en route burn is 52 kilograms. Block fuel is 131 kilograms. Now, it's in gallons. So if we go kg to gal of 100 LLL, fuel conversion. Yes, right. So unit kilograms of avgas, amount, what was it, 131? Yeah, 131. Right, so with 131, that comes out as the US gas 46. Let's round that up to 47 gallons, okay? So at 47 gallons, I'm already taking 60 gallons with both the mains full. So I'm significantly above the margins that SimBrief are quoting me for this flight. So I should be fine. Let's see what's going on. Okay. So that is that. Okay, so with this flight, I will now go over to Volanta, and I will load this up in Volanta. There we go. Done. Yeah, that's a bit weird. Volanta also shows that. Okay, that's fine. Okay, now we can minimize Volanta. Okay, the next thing we need to do, you can see how our cockpits, the condensation is starting to appear. So with that done, now what we want to do is we want to go to, the beacon light shouldn't technically, well, I did turn that on as part of the pre-flight, so we'll just leave it as is. Let's go the battery on. Fuel selectors, desired tanks. Let's do the engine start checklist. Mixture should be rich. Oh, hello. This is why. This is good that I do this. So I've got a preset on my controls, which is for 4-engined prop liners. So this needs to go back to at least the dual. So this is the right. And then this needs to go to the left. Set, apply and save, back, resume. Okay, yeah, I've got my controls now. So, I'm going to crack the throttle. Prop full forward, carb heat is off. Let's just... Master switch has gone on. Let's go fuel pump. Wait to see the fuel flow. Yep, it's beginning. There we go. Fuel pump off. Primer 1 to 5 strokes. Mags on both.
Clear prop.
And then, yep, we shout prop area clear. Starter engage. And lean. Lean for ground operations. Like so. And let the engine just warm up. Avionics going on. T's and P's. All looking good. Avionics going on. I turned on the autopilot by accident. Okay. So, now we go back to the fuel and we update the engine analyzer. Yes, I filled. Yep. 0 used. Correct. There we go. So 60. Right, let me just turn down the engine noises. Excuse me. Just so I can hear myself a bit better. And let's just pause track IR. Okay, so this is what's cool about doing the SimBrief flight plan. I go System, Setup, SimBrief. No, I don't do it that way. Options? No. Flight plan, here we go. Menu? Yes, import, there we go. Import from SimBrief. And it should bring in the whole flight plan, which is great. Particularly when you're doing an 8-hour and 30-minute cruise, you want to be able to do this. So, yep, okay. And there we go. So, that's the whole thing, and I think it even puts in the star for you as well. Arrival, yeah, Arrival, the Daventry 1 Echo. So, let's go back to the map, zoom out, and just double check, has it done the same thing? Yeah. It's done this weird dog's leg. Which I don't understand. I don't understand that dog leg, but we'll see what's going on when we get there. So we've got a 27 knot, we've got a 20 knot crosswind. This is going to be an interesting crosswind takeoff from Exeter. I was looking earlier on and I thought it was bad earlier in the day when it was 18, but now it's 20-ish, 22, so that's not going to be good. Anyway, so that's the flight plan. We're going to take off, we're going to turn into the wind instead of turn out of the wind, away from the wind with that sort of a tailwind, especially after departure down low. So we're going to do a left-hand turn out and then track into Southampton. Up to 6,000. Yeah, look, it's even put in the altitude constraints as well. That's really good. Okay, so that's essentially all I needed to do there. Let's put into Unicom. Okay, so let's just pause track IR, and I should have done this earlier on, but let's bring up VATSIM. Let's get logged onto the network and connect. Golf Lima India Foxtrot Romeo is PA24, I believe. Yep. Connect. And it's going to be on the flight plan. EGTE, EGNX. What has SimBrief given us? EGGW. Departure time is going to be 14:40. Let's say 10 minutes time. En route time, like we said, is 1 hour and 3 minutes. We have extra fuel. We're going to be up at 6,000 feet, and we're going to definitely not be cruising that fast. We'll probably be cruising about 150-ish. Okay, the route is going to be, as we know, EGTE, SAM, Q41, Silver, direct DTY, EGNX. And the equipment suffix should be Lima, I think. I'm pretty sure that's Lima. That's basically, I have all of the above. Which I'm not used to. I'm used to whiskey at this point. And we do not need that. Let's say flying for Kicks VFR Club. Filed flight plan. Okay. That, we have London Central Control. Let's just double check that. No, that's not me, but that will be me later on. But good to see anyway. That's not going to be me for quite a while. Okay. That, I believe, is it. And let's just delete my flight plan in SimBrief, because we're going off a GPS flight plan, not an RNAV flight plan. Okay. That is everything we need to do. Now all we need to do is start running through our checklist again. So, the taxi checklist, let's go. Primer is locked, we did that. Avionics master is on. Ammeter, check. Yeah, we've got 22 amps, that's good. Radios are on. Transponder is as required. So the transponder, I'm going to leave it at 0264, and then once a controller wants me to change it, they'll let me know. So it's on standby at the moment on the ground. Altimeter is set. So the altimeter is set locally at 1001, which if we cross-check with the local meta for well, actually it's 9099er, but so let's check. Oh, it is, sorry, it's up, not down, so that is 9099er hectopascals. Okay, so altimeter is set. Heading indicator, so the heading indicator for the runway heading we're taking off on is going to be 257. Oh, do we have someone coming into Exeter? 257. Heading 256, 257. Okay. I think I see someone potentially turning onto final approach. We do have a little bit of rain on the glass. Yeah, I think we've got Tomjet coming in at 2,000 feet into Exeter, so we'll be seeing that. If we go to traffic, we don't pick him up because we're still on standby on our thingamajiggy, and he's not called on. Anyway, from the grass strip here, we can we can taxi out on the grass strip and take a left-hand turning onto the active runway and actually take off midfield, which I've done before, which I think I will do again. Okay, so landing gear lamps are green. Yep. Nav lights as required. They are currently. I think I should turn on my fuel pump after the engine start. Parking brake is released. Brakes test on initial roll. Let's just go engine start. Fuel pump off. No, actually, we should. No, but for the before takeoff checklist, it goes back on. Okay, so the run up. Let's actually do the run up on the grass here. So let's just.
Exit traffic from Delta 5 Delta Charlie final from 26.
Yeah, so he's on final for 26. Let's just swing around into the wind, which is coming from roughly south, like so. Let's just hold. Okay, so brakes into wind, brakes hold, fuel quantity, check. So again, full tanks. Fuel selectors are desired, mixtures as required. Let's go throttle 2000 RPM. Set. Engine instruments check. They are all holding really smooth. I like to see that. So, right, let's check the mags. Again, a drop of just a few, just about 100. What on earth? I'm not going to comment. Then reduce the prop to 1800. And check that it's steady. Yep. Steady. Yep. Yeah, there's you're not getting away with that one, mate. That was horrific. Okay. Let's do the before takeoff checklist now on the grass because the runway threshold is literally just there. So, controls. Free and correct. Elevator trim. Neutral. Rudder trim as required. Yeah, that's fine. Doors latched. Flaps as desired. Let's set. Let's give ourselves 1 notch of flaps for takeoff. Fuel selectors are desired tanks. Fuel pump is on. Let's go put that on now. Mixture, full rich. Prop, full forward. Carb heat off. Engine gauges check. Pitot heat as required. Strobes on. Landing lights as required. Okay, so those are items we can do just before the threshold. Let's put the pitot heat on now. Okay, so we will make a call on Unicom. Exeter traffic, Golf Lima India Foxtrot Romeo is taxiing to hold short runway 26 via the grass taxiway. Exeter traffic. I think he's already logged off in embarrassment. Okay, so that's the so let's head out. Hey, how's the flight looking? I think it proves to be interesting. We've got some pretty crap weather. And it's going to prove interesting once we hit the busy VATSIM space. We're going to fly into East Midlands. Okay, there is the paved entry point just here. So we're going to hold just here. And we're going to double check that no one else is on VATSIM. Is there another one? No way. No, that's just lag. Okay, that's just lag. Okay. So we are good to go. Exeter traffic, Golf Lima India Foxtrot Romeo is taking off runway 26. This will be an eastward departure. Right. So, let's go. Strobes on, landing lights on. Mixture rich, props are full forward, carb heat is off. Takeoff checklist. Throttle full open. Airspeed indicator. Alive. Engine gauges check. Rotate at 85. Stall warning horn is buffeting. It shows you just how much wind there is. 23 knot crosswind. This is going to test me here, right? Positive rate, gear up, tap the brakes. That's pretty brutal. Okay, bringing my power back to 2400 squared, or 24 squared as it is, as it said. That's 24 squared, right about there. And just trim. Let's go flaps up. And we're still climbing steadily above 500 feet per minute, which is all good. Let's get the autopilot setting on. And then get ready for climb checklist. Okay, there's heading hold. Let's go due south. Let's turn left. Okay, 24 squared. Check the cylinder gauges. All looking good. The 5th and the 6th cylinders are the hottest, which is to be expected. So our direct track is 080. Set. Let's now turn about there. And look at that. Look at that weather we're coming through. That's amazing. Yeah, the crosswind limit definitely is like half of what I just took off it. You would not do that in real life. I can't imagine you would. Look at that, 51 knot crosswind, even at 3,000. Okay, I'm going to lean the mixture. Okay, I can start to see the GPS track, which we will engage once we get on the far side of the airfield. Yeah, I mean, you saw the difficulty that 737 had coming in. No wonder I had a bit of a blustery departure. So, Sim Train, we are going to East Midlands today. Yeah, the crosswind limit. So we're flying into East Midlands on VATSIM. So everyone else on VATSIM is going to be flying with the A300 by InnyBuilds, but we're going to come in and ruin all their day by flying the little old Comanche. Okay, so let's turn left and get ready to engage the GPS track. Let's just moderate our rate of ascent. We don't need that horrendous rate of ascent. I am used to flying the Comanche with full fuel because I'm used to doing long hauls in the Comanche, and I'm not used to this level of aggressive climb that the Comanche has. It has a lot more power whenever you're not loading it up as full as I'm used to. So we should see some interesting wing flex today because we're gonna hit some pretty bumpy weather. So okay, so we're less than half a dot deflection. Okay, let's continue that turn. With a 53 knot tailwind, we're already up at 150 knots ground speed, so that's quite fun. Oh crap, I should have done this already. But there we go, I didn't. Now I have, and hopefully no one saw that. We also want traffic on... There we go, we want to be able to see the traffic. Coming up through 5,500. So we are going to level out very soon. And then we'll go down to our cruise configuration. Okay, I'm going to go high track now because we're close enough to that the aircraft can, the autopilot system can handle that. It doesn't really like harsh turns. It can't handle harsh turns. Following the GPS, that is. A little bit higher. And we'll call it there. Altitude engage. And let's pull the RPM back. I like cruising at 1800 personally. It's my personal. We can cruise at. Let's hold. Let's hold 23 inches of manifold pressure. That's quite a lot. Let's not do that. Let's go down to, let's say 21 inches is probably a good place. And let's see what the speed does. So that's 1790. Bump that up ever so slightly. There we go. Oof. It's so hard to get these bang on. There we go. Boom. 21 inches of manifold and 1800 RPM. And let's also finally just lean the engine. Now we could lean by sound, but let's also use the engine analyzer. There's the most efficient, that green, and that's the edge. So we just push it back in a little bit. We're doing 9.5 gallons an hour. That's very respectable. Let's do the cruise checklist now. Throttle is set, proper set, mixture is leaned as required. Fuel pump, verify off, it is off. Fuel pressure, check. Fuel pressure is in the green and holding. Engine gauges, check. So all of our cylinders are actually quite sedate in their temperatures. Gyro suction, oh no, the EGT is looking good and stabilized. Fuel, oil temperature, oil pressure is okay. I'm flying from, I can't pronounce that, to Fort de France with... Oh, that seaplane! Would be fun to log on VATSIM with this 1940 aircraft, yeah. Let's turn the landing lights off, as we don't really need those. Okay, so what with... Look at that offset that we have to fly to maintain that course. Goodness me, with a 55 knot tailwind. Horrendous. We're up to 166 knots ground speed. Okay, so our inbound is 65 nautical miles inbound to Southampton. And now let's just monitor, let's just pause track IR so I can go over to my second screen. Let's just monitor what VATSIM's doing. Okay. VATSIM in its wisdom is all logging off like it normally does, but it's a Saturday afternoon, guys, come on. So we can see the outside ambient air temperature is close to 0. It's 1. So we could easily see some icing up here. Actually, we could cheat. Yes, we do see some icing. So let's... let's leave it there and check back soon. Okay. So, having set up for our cruise, let's go and start looking at East Midlands METAR. So 11 Celsius, 16 knot crosswind, which is more manageable than Exeter, but still that's going to be a challenge to land in, and we might have to do a go around. Low pressure 997, scattered at 2200. So there's not a huge amount of cloud around, but at the same time we have this wind to contend with. It's not identified any gusting yet, so we'll see. Do you know a way to bind the pause function in Track IR to more than one button? I do not know. I just have it as F9 myself. For years I've had it as F9, so I don't know. Sim train, 16 to 17 hours flight. I took off at 7 UTC. Wow. Respect. I mean, 16 to 17 hours, that's some of the longest anyone will ever fly, really. That's pretty major. And with an aircraft like that, I'm assuming you don't have any significant autopilot system to hold yourself where you want to be in an aircraft like that. I just wish, I don't know about you guys, I'd like to hear you guys' opinions. Okay, so for those of you who are watching, and those of you in the YouTube, who are watching YouTube afterwards, after the live stream, please say in the comments below, how many of you would like to see a proper 707 Bristol Britannia Stratocruiser Constellation Comet, perhaps? Lockheed TriStar, those sorts of, you know, VC-10, don't forget the VC-10, vintage airliners in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. We've had the F-28, which is great. I love what Just Flight's doing. I love the quality versus the cost ratio. I think they've just nailed it so well. I love Just Flight's F-28. My problem is I'm now flying it too much. And I feel like people want to see more than just the F-28 on my channel, which is why I'm flying the Comanche again today. So, yeah, but I would like an F-28 equivalent that's for long haul. So that would be the Just Flight A300B4 with the steam gauge cockpit. That would be my F-28 long haul equivalent, so that's why I'm holding out for that. I just one day hope that Just Flight get round to the VC-10. I know that Flight Replicas is going to at some point work on a DC-4 and an Argonaut, which is the UK version of the DC-4, which is basically a DC-4 with Merlin engines that Boeing used in the 50s. That I'm looking forward to as well. But I have a fear, well, not a fear, I suppose. I have a wonder, by the time we get round to fleshing out the vintage collection, we're going to be into Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. So, and I'm not quite sure, really. I'm still not sold on what I'm going to do. I don't think I'm going to be an early adopter of 2024. I think the 2020 platform, for me, works smoothly. It works really well. I have no problems. I have all of my add-ons configured thus. It's far more user-friendly and far more seamless and smooth to use than P3D ever was. So I'm really happy with MSFS 2020. So what MSFS 2024 offers over 2020, it has to be enough to tempt me, and until all of my beloved add-ons are made compatible with 2024, which shouldn't be a big issue because it's a minimal compatibility difference. I won't change over until then. I might do and when I do that, I might do a complete system wipe. I might just completely wipe the desktop, brand new install of Windows 10 or Windows 11 maybe, and start from bare scratch as best I can, because I've needed that for years. So yes, so sorry, that's my 2 cents. Let's just see what people say. Simtrain, there is an attitude and heading hold, not so bad. Okay, fair enough. I mean, for any vintage airliner, that's as much as you ever could really expect. 707 and TriStar, if they are high fidelity. You see, Goat Friend, Just Flight are really good. I feel like Just Flight tick enough of the high fidelity or study level box that it's good enough for me. It may not be as perfect as PMDG or FS Labs, but it's good enough for the 99.8% of people today flying in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I love it. So the whole high fidelity / study level argument, I mean, it came out of P3D and FSX and people like Level D 767 simulations way back in the old days. PMDG took on that kind of mantle of study level. FS Labs came on the scene with the A320 series. Strangely, I haven't heard a word about their A320 series making it into Microsoft Flight Simulator. It sounds to me like, if I've not heard about them by now coming into this platform, they're just never going to with their A320 series. So basically they've left the door wide open for Phoenix, which is currently our most high fidelity A320 system. So yeah, no, but a 707, I would love a 707, a Boeing, Pan Am, all the golden airlines that flew the 707. I would just be all over that. Oh yes, do some old aircraft flight like you did years ago on P3D. Well, you see, Simtrain, I still have P3D version 3 installed, and no kidding, it was the day before yesterday I reinstalled the Just Flight VC10 on P3D version 3, fired up the sim at Heathrow, and immediately was hit by VAS crashes. And it's just like, it's a 32-bit application running on a 64-bit system that has 64 gigabytes of RAM, and it's just like, nope, we don't see that. We're 32-bit. So for the sake of my mental health when live streaming, I don't think I can bring myself to really live stream or do much video making in P3D version 3 in 2023 and next week 2024. So unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen anymore. I think at this point I'm just going to wait. I'm going to bite the bullet and wait for A2A Simulations to update their Constellation and their Stratocruiser to the Microsoft Flight Simulator era, and for Just Flight to bring in the VC10. So that's pretty much it. And then hope one day that someone somewhere will develop us a decent 707. So a Comet 2, yes, Marvin. VC10, yes, study level would be amazing, and I might be wishing, but I might be wishing for too much. Oh, you see, this is the thing. So many people are clambering for the magenta line airliners that just hug these GPS magenta lines, and it's just all so same. It's all so formulaic. It's also VATSIM tell me to do this, VATSIM tell me to do that. Yes, sir. 3 bags full, sir. It's literally just flying along a dotted line, and I feel there's all of my flying. I mean, my love gradually over the years has distilled to flying raw data navigation. That is what I like doing. So that, be it in general aviation. Okay, ironically, I'm flying with a GTN 750, but I fly all sorts of different things. But my core love is raw data, VOR to VOR, DME, NDB, radar vectors, ILS localizers, glide slopes, all in a steam gauge configuration. That's what I love doing. On VATSIM, mostly. But no one else these days seems like, with the whole shed load of people come into Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 space, which is great. They've really diluted the space and caused a huge uptick in development for lots of cool things. But I'm not seeing a huge portion of those people clambering for the heritage, for the vintage, for the older style aviation, which, to be honest, there's more skill and more satisfaction, I feel. I mean, FMCs and McDoos are all very well, and they are high tech and they are a high learning curve, yes, but let's just see some more development in 2024 in the vintage space, please. Goat friend, I won't adopt to 2024 before my favourite airplanes are ready for it. Yeah, me too. Aiden, hello. Just want to let you know cruise power in the Comanche is 2100 and 2400 RPM and 21 to 24 inches manifold. When RPM drops below green arc, you should be using carb heat due to the engine cooling down that lower. Yes. So, when RPM drops below the green arc, well, my RPM is definitely well inside the green arc on my RPM gauge, if that's what you're looking at, on all the gauges. Let's just double check my cylinder. No, yeah, my manifold is still clear of ice, so that's good. So those are kind of the stated cruise configurations, as far as I'm aware. But Scott Gentile, who's the owner of A2A Simulations, who developed this aircraft, in some of his videos on this upcoming release, stated that you can cruise at different RPM settings. He personally prefers 1800 because of the low vibrations, and I've just come to make a habit of cruising at 1800 myself. So that's just what I do, and I've not had any huge engine wear and tear issues from strange cruise settings yet, with almost 100 hours on the engine. So, but thank you for those numbers. The Comet 707 and A300. Yeah. Well, we've got the A300. We've got two versions of the A300, the glass cockpit version from Mini Builds and the steam gauge cockpit coming from Just Flight. So it looks like multiple developers are beginning to turn to that space, which is encouraging. I've got 7 logged in real life in a Comanche, but the above goes for all piston carburetted planes. Okay. Interesting. So, based on that, let's go back to your post. So, let you know, cruise power in the Comanche is 21 inches. Oh no, sorry, 21 to 2400 RPM, and 21 to 24 inches manifold. Well, okay, let's actually go up then. Let's go up for you. Let's go up to 21 RPM. And then 21 inches manifold. So basically doing 21 squared. That's going to change. Yeah, my fuel flows changed slightly, but that's still okay. P3D issues. Yep, the sound of those low bypass engines from the classic airliners. I want exactly.
Southampton traffic A line 51 Hotel, taxiing Bravo 1 by Bravo.
Yeah, I like to fly the modern stuff as well. I've got the Fenix A320. I enjoy it. I've got the PMDG 737. I enjoy that too. I don't think I'll get the 777 though, for the price. I'll probably stick with something cheaper. My soft spot is flying the Concorde on VATSIM, so I totally get you. Yeah, so Marvin, FS Labs, which have developed the best version of the Concorde for Flight Simulator, they developed the Concorde way back for... Let me just turn this down. They developed the Concorde way back for P3D version 2, I think it was. And they then said, oh no, maybe it was P3D no, it was P3D version 3, the 32-bit version. And once P3D version 4 dropped with the 64-bit system, they then began redevelopment, and they always said, oh yeah, we'll bring it out for V4 and V5 or whatever. Now we're on V6 and Microsoft Flight Simulator. I always thought to myself, I'll just wait until they release it for 64-bit P3D, and I'll get it then. So I never got the Concorde. And now, I'm just, rather than buying it for P3D, which I've left, I'm going to wait for it to come into MSFS. So, I know there are versions of the Concorde out already for MSFS, but I'm not interested in them. I'm interested in the high-fidelity FS Labs. So I'm going to wait for that. Yeah, so expensive. By the way, the seaplane I'm flying has no VOR or NDB. A compass, a stopwatch should be enough. Dude, that is legit. That is the true way of things. I lift my hat off to you, sir. Thank you. We need more of you in the world.
Traffic A-line 51 Hotel, backtracking runway 20 Bravo 1.
Okay, it'll give you about 170 knots indicated. Yeah, actually I'm creeping up to about 160, so yeah. You'll have to adjust the lean again, yeah. They have a new one for V4 and V5, released about a month or two ago. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, so let's just go double check my... Yeah, so we'll have to re-lean, which is fine. Yeah, that's about where I want to be. Okay, so this left-hand turn overhead Southampton is coming up. You'll watch the autopilot trying to track. Excuse me. You'll watch the autopilot trying to track the GPS track, and it can't preemptively turn onto the new course before it reaches the waypoint. It has to run over the waypoint first, and then all of a sudden do a turn onto the new heading, so it actually overshoots the waypoint and does a kind of wobble back onto the new course. Listen all, good morning, belated Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Sir Peter Mods and chat, and to you too, sir. Thank you. We're just strolling along on VATSIM as we do. Let's just double check. Let's just double check our proximity to the related VATSIM spaces. Yeah, so yeah, we've got an Embraer 195 on the ground at Southampton, and an A320 passing overhead at about 33,000 feet, which we can see. Yep, there is the contrail, and there is the strobe lights. I love in Microsoft Flight Simulator that you can actually see visibly the strobe lights from that distance, because you physically would be able to see those strobe lights from a long distance away, even in daytime.
Southampton traffic A-line 51 Hotel, runway 20, thread, departure.
Yeah, I think Southampton Airport is just below the clouds, just there. So we will be turning left very soon. Can we see? Let's see if we go to the traffic and zoom out. We can't see the traffic. Strange. But maybe it only shows the traffic at a certain distance to us, I believe. Okay, we're 5.2 nautical miles outbound. So at 5.2 nautical miles outbound, let's just go to our current direct track is 081, but that will change very quickly. I do check my position on Navigraph to ensure I'm not totally off course. Yeah, I mean, you're allowed to do that. I mean, if you think about it, and I would do this in the Constellation and the Stratocruiser crossing the Atlantic. In those days, they would have a navigator on board, continually plotting where you are to the best of his ability, and you could turn around and ask over your shoulder to the navigator and say, "Where are we?" And he would just open you up a chart and point and say, "We're here within 50 nautical miles of here." And that's good enough for me in the sim space to be able to have little nav map or your equivalent up and to be able to say, okay, we are roughly here. I love the registration G Lifer. I'm not intentionally called myself that. But I suppose you could call me a general aviation lifer. I suppose that would be a fun way of interpreting that. 1.1 nautical miles. Yes, Navigraph acts like the navigator. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so we're going to do a left-hand turn. We'll see it very soon here. We can see the autopilot trying to hold on to that course. And as we pass over, right, we have passed over now, and you will see 015 is our new course, which is about there. Course 015 set. Let's turn the heading indicator there as well. Set. And you'll see our ground speed will blossom with a 46 knot tailwind as well. I can hear a kind of rhythm happening with the engine, but I'm not seeing any icing or anything, so that's fine. Yeah, that is pretty random. I've never had anyone mention that. In all the years I've used Golf Lima India Foxtrot Romeo, I've actually used Golf Lima India Foxtrot Romeo for over a decade now, I think, in my simming. If you go back to my original Cessna 172 videos, learning how to fly the Cessna 172 with Melvin Kirk from the Kicks VFR Club, you will see us use Golf Lima India Foxtrot Romeo, and it's just a registration that stuck with me for ever since. So that's kind of I feel that's my personal registration. So let's just do a bit of down trim. There we go. And you can see, we've come off track. We've come off a nautical mile off track in that turn. But that is the limitations of the Comanche autopilot. If I bring up Volanta and zoom in, you can see what it's done. As I say, it has to fly directly over the waypoint, and then it turns back onto the track, and it will reacquire as we go. So it's a bit weird, but it is what it is. That's the Pipers for you, the older Pipers, that is. Yep, we should start to see that right-hand turn coming in now. Just do a little bit more down trim. There we go. We've crept up on our RPM, so let's just nudge that down slightly. There we go. There we go. 21. Oh, that autopilot is painful. Okay, I'm just gonna go heading hold. That's just painful. Carb icing will give an uncommanded drop in RPM. Yeah. I can hear the engine kind of doing, but then I'm not seeing any carb icing happening. So until I see notable changes, I will I think for a turn with even with a Flight 1 GTN 750, a turn like as abrupt as that for an aircraft like this, you might as well just come off of nav hold and go heading hold, and then manually do heading hold, and until it settles down, then re-engage. So right now you can see we're about 1 dot out. So at this point I'll then go back to nav hold, and it should be fine now. Slight drop in RPM, ever so slight, but yeah, I mean we are literally freezing. It is 0 Celsius, so okay. Just update myself on the VATSIM space. I don't really use the GPS tracking when flying the Comanche. I prefer heading hold or VOR tracking whenever. So do I. I mean, the first 80 hours of using the aircraft, I was using steam gauge only, just because I enjoy flying that way. And then recently, I thought, you know what, I've got it. So let's just play around with the PMS 750 retrofit, and it makes flying IFR a little bit easier on VATSIM, because VATSIM, you can do GPS points. So, I mean, from time to time, I'll turn it on and turn it off, and I'll enjoy it as I want. Won't manifold drop first though. This is a constant speed propeller. Yeah. Oh, oof, that's a good point. That is a good point, girlfriend. I do forget that sometimes. I always use N1 EC or N153 EC. At one time I was going to start a custom car company, Irish Eagle Customs, 1 for the 1. It's why I chose that number at the old VA I ran. Okay. Very good. You see it's still wavering around. We did just go over another GPS point, but it is still wavering around. I mean, it is having to deal with a very strong wind at this up at this point, so I can't blame it. Oh, by the way, I mean, talking about the new frame generation mod, I have not managed to be able to install it, and I'll tell you why. Because the folder, if I pull up my local disk, product files or program files, Windows apps, the Windows apps folder, where Microsoft Flight Simulator is installed, which is where is it? There it is. This folder here, where you drag and drop those two DLLs, I do not have the permissions to drag and drop anything into this file, because for some reason it's locked. So I can't test the new frame gen mod until I sort that issue. I don't know if anyone knows. I've looked at various things. Yeah. So. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I'll one day I might manage to make it work. I've got an RTX 2070 Super. Okay. So with that, yeah, that GPS track is not pretty. I mean, that is not as accurate or as exact as anyone would like their GPS track to look. So, it is a GTN 750, but at the same time, you bolt it onto an aircraft who can't realistically fly those constraints, and you get these weird issues. So take that with a pinch of salt. So we do have East Midlands online. Let's go and double check. Do we still have London Central on? Oh, we have London South, who's just come online. Okay, which is oh no, he's still on 199,998. So that's not a frequency we can. And he's only been on for the last 60 seconds, so he might be just monitoring. I think he's just monitoring. He's just gone off. London Central is 127,105. Let's put that in standby com 1. And then in com 2, we could put East Midlands radar, which is 126.18. Not 80. Okay. Oof, yeah, it's going to get bumpy now with a 50-knot tailwind. Excuse me. Yes, for VATSIM it's fine. I use the GPS to check my navigation or to get my ground speed, etc. Yeah. Right. So we need to start looking at our charts. So let's pull up Navigraph. I know there's the inbuilt thing and whatnot, but I just like the separate app for the moment. Import flight from SimBrief. Here we go. Now, EGNX, runway 27. Let's go and have a look at the stars. Daventry stars. Okay, so what we've been given is the Daventry 1 Echo, which is, that's Hemel 1 Echo. That's the Daventry 1 Echo. So we need to go inbound Daventry, and then from Daventry onwards. So at Daventry we need to be not above 8,000 feet, or flight level 08, and then inbound. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly go use the bathroom while I'm in cruise before we get into his airspace. So I will be back in a moment. Uno momento. Right. We are close to the airspace. Just trying to look at the... Right, I'm going to go over to him now.
Contact Gap, Heathrow Director on 119730.
Say again, shot on our Delta.
Director Bravo November November, contact Heathrow 119730.
Resume navigation to Bravo November November, contact Heathrow on 119730. Thank you very much, and happy New Year, shot on our Delta.
Bye bye, Easy 25 Charlie Delta, resume navigation direct to Midhurst, continue on Unicom 1228.
Direct Midhurst 1228, Easy 25 Charlie Delta, thank you.
Cheers, Skylink 919, descent flight level 100.
Busy.
Descent flight level 100, starting out.
Well done, Center, Postman 458 at 320, inbound team lead.
Postman 458, hello to you, it's a Hemel 1 Echo arrival.
Busy.
Hemel 1 Echo arrival for Postman 458.
Okay, all stations are standby one. A couple of stations going off to Unicom. Listen out for your call signs, please. Griffin 3455, Unicom.
Unicom, Griffin 3455.
Thank you. Delta 141, Unicom.
Delta 141, Commander, you command to respond. Thank you very much. Happy New Year, bye.
Bye bye, Easy 862, Unicom.
Too busy.
Easy 862, Unicom, bye bye.
Cheers, Ryanair 6, Unicom, bye bye. Nothing heard, Easy 34 Tango Lima, Unicom, bye bye.
Unicom 34 Tango Lima.
Cheers, Emirates 300H, Unicom, bye bye. Lovely stuff. Fly V 289, descent flight 160.
Bravo 160, Fly V289.
Easy 1890, are you on the frequency?
I am.
Hello, climb file 190.
Flight level 190, easy 1890.
Easy 86 limit golf, climb file 370.
Oh my god, so speed by 6 limit golf.
Yeah, climb file 370.
Line flight level 370 for speed by 86 limit golf.
Ryanair 2 Sierra November, contact London Control 134.905.
34.905 for Ryanair 2 Sierra November, thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Tom Jet A5 Lima, contact
That's
London
what I do,
Control
good friend.
134.905.
I interrupt the flow. That's what I'm here for.
Skylink 919, continue on present heading, speed 250 knots.
There's no space to jump in.
Zanana 08, confirm speed 270 knots for convention.
Negative.
I just need to jump in.
29 knots or greater, sir.
29 knots or greater, your Lufthansa 908, thank you.
London, hello, Golf Lima, India, Foxtrot, Romeo, with you, 6,000.
1,000 feet, QNH 909 F7.
See, I can't jump in. London, hello, Golf Lima, India, Foxtrot, Romeo, with you, 6,000.
Golf Lima, Romeo, Foxtrot, hello to you. Is 6,000 your final? Can you climb to 8?
We'll go, Golf Foxtrot, Romeo.
That was the question. Can you climb to 8?
I can, sorry.
Roger, climb and maintain flight level 80. It's a Daventry 1 Echo arrival.
Daventry 1 Echo, climb, maintain 8,000, Golf Foxtrot, Romeo.
Easy 1890, climb
Right.
flight level 210.
210, easy 1890.
Ryanair 121, climb flight 350. Ryanair 595 Tango, climb flight 210.
Climbing 210 for 595 Tango.
Good afternoon, G3248 350, stand by the Honolulu.
And that was a flight
Easy,
level.
3248 London, Roger, welcome board.
Easy 686 Whiskey 5000.
Easy 686 Whiskey, hello, school 2707, climb now, flight level 80.
4,000 feet to go. That.
Squawk 27, what's that?
2707.
2707.
Skylink 61, speed 250 knots. Speed 260 knots, Skylink 61. Skylink 919, speed 250 knots.
Skylink 919, 250 knots, I'm ready.
Fly V289, descend flight level 100.
Flight level 100, fly V289.
Rhino 4 Quebec Delta, contact Stansted 120.625, bye bye.
Going to 120.625 for Quebec Delta, thank you very much, have a nice new year.
You too. Postman 458, direct Welling.
Direct Welling, Postman 458.
Skylink 61, report your cleared level and speed to East Midlands radar 126.180, bye bye.
126.180, thank you, bye bye, happy new year.
You too, Skylink 919, continue on your present heading, report your speed to East Midlands 126.180, bye bye.
126.180 and maintain and report the speed to control. Skylink 919, thanks.
Cheers, bye bye. Easy 686 Whiskey, climb file 180.
180, Easy 686.
Ryanair 73 Charlie Kilo, make a right turn heading 130 degrees, you clear for the ILS approach runway 15.
130 Whiskey,
Thank you. Postman 6732, contact Amsterdam radar 125.750.
12575, Port 673, happy new year, bye bye.
Bye bye, FedEx 847, contact Amsterdam 125.750.
Amsterdam 125.750.
21 squared.
FedEx 847, thanks, good day.
Quality 557 with you.
Quality 557, hello, climb file 190, contact London Control on 129.430.
129.430.
Yeah, we will be seeing some
climb
ice
file
soon.
190.
190, yes.
Thank you, Easy 3248, contact London Control 129.430, bye bye. Easy 3248, contact London Control.
Apologies, London 129.430, 3248.
And I'm 505, Level 380.
Scandi 505, hello, Logan 2 hotel arrival, descend flight level 250, level by Logan.
Logan 2 hotel, descend 250 to be leveled at Logan, and just for information, we've outed direct, so after rest you can expect
Okay,
us
so he
to
will
go
hand
direct
me
like
off
Sama.
to 126.18 soon, which is
Control, good
on
evening,
com
Boston
2.
455.
Oh, with a 50 knot crosswind from the left. Look at our crosswind. Okay, there's Daventry coming up.
Hang on, there's two stations, one, so who was the first call sign?
Wow, look at that.
Boston 555.
Yeah, Postman 555, hello to you, Hemel 1 Echo arrival, my apologies, if you can contact London Control 134905 first.
Roger, Hammond 1 Echo, contact 134905, Boston 555.
And Postman 458, descend flight level 220, speed on conversion 300 knots or greater.
Descend flight level 220.
To be able to control at this level is
Negative speed 300 knots or greater, sir.
these controllers that handle this volume of traffic are
Thank you.
at the top of their game.
Passing 4100. Speed 343, hello, climb now flight level 140.
Bumpy.
Climb flight level 140, 3.24. Ryanair 73 Charlie Kilo,
Still not seeing any
170 degrees 12 knots.
Still not seeing any icing.
Fly the 289, speed 250
Thankfully.
knots. Skylink 170, descend flight level 110, on reaching flight level 110, speed 250 knots.
3 November departure and confirmed score 5.
110, 250 knots, Skylink 10545. Speedbird 908, descend flight level 90.
0545, Channel
Correction, Lufthansa 908, descend flight level 90.
3 London Control 127.105.
We've got two different channels there.
The 815, passing flight level 234 is in flight level 160.
9005. Speedbird 815, hello, descend flight level 160, speed on conversion 270 knots or less.
That's amazing, I was listening to both.
Speed conversion 270 knots or less, 815.
Ryanair 595 Tango requesting for the climb.
Running I-59 Tango, climb file 370.
Yeah, he's really good.
Tango.
London Control, Ryanair 80, Romeo 380.
Ryanair 80, Romeo, London Control, roger. Golf Foxtrot Romeo, contact East Midlands radar 126.180, bye-bye.
126.180, thanks Tar, good evening, Golf Foxtrot Romeo.
Cheers, bye-bye, fly V289, contact East Midlands.
Alright.
East Midlands radar, Chinook 6086, requesting taxi to 27.
Chinook 6086, taxi...
Should be a bit quieter now.
Runway 27, behind the Airbus A300, taxiing left to right on Alpha.
Left to right on Alpha, behind the A300, holding at Alpha 1.
Postman 48 Hotel, heading 150 degrees.
Heading 150 degrees, postman F48 Hotel.
Action 22 Golf Helicopter.
22 Golf opposition.
Hold position, 22 Golf.
Figure 61, descend to altitude 4,000 feet.
East Midlands, November 272 Alpha Bravo, West Apron, information Golf, IFR to London.
272 Alpha Bravo, cleared London Heathrow, Daventry 3 November departure, squawk 2720.
Good London, Spark 2720, 272 Alpha Bravo.
272 Alpha Bravo, correct.
East Midlands, Buffalo World Express 384 with Golf, requesting IFR clearance to Midfield.
Neptune 22 Golf, taxi Alpha 1, holding point, runway 27.
Next Alpha Whiskey with
Neptune 22 Golf, taxi Alpha 1, holding point, runway 27. Postman 48 Hotel, descend to altitude 6,000 feet, QNH 997 hectopascals.
6,000 feet, 997 hectopascals, postman 48 Hotel.
EC218, go around, climb to altitude 4,000 feet, fly runway.
He's having to deal with everyone.
EC218, go around, climb to 4,000 feet. Just Chinook Alpha Whiskey, set up, pushback clearance.
Chinook 2 Alpha Whiskey. Set your squawk, mate, Charlie, thanks. Second 919, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 997 hectopascals.
4,997.
East Midlands, good evening, Golf Lima India Foxtrot Romeo with you, flight level 80 just past Daventry.
Easy 5, 6,
You didn't even
7,
hear me.
taxi Alpha 1, holding point, runway 7.
Taxi to Alpha 1, holding point, runway 27, easy departure 7.
Fly V289 East Midlands radar, hello, descend flight level 80 vectors, ILS runway 27.
Vectors, ILS runway 27, descend maintain flight level 80, fly V289.
Golf Foxtrot Romeo East Midlands radar, roger, descend to altitude 7,000 feet, QNH 997 hectopascals.
Descend 7,000 feet, QNH 997 hectopascals, Golf Foxtrot Romeo.
Easy 218, turn right, heading 010 degrees.
010 degrees, easy to it.
Postman 288, request taxi 3,000 feet.
This is approach, good evening, Skylinka 170, 160, 270 knots.
Skylink 170, East Midlands radar, descend flight level 100.
Descend 100.
Postman 2882, request taxi. Postman 2882, runway 27 Alpha 1, holding point.
Hello, East Midlands, London Control, send you back here, Postman 2883.
All stations on frequency, monitor Unicom 122.8. That's again all stations on frequency, monitor Unicom 122.8.
122 and Happy New Year.
So he's just given up. I don't blame him. I mean, it's. Oh, come on. I mean, we were just. we were just inbound. It always happens to us. It's always us that this happens to. But to be fair, he had a lot. He had a lot going on. Dearie me. Okay, so this weird dog's leg thing, I'm just gonna go direct a Cooper.
Skylink 919er, approach.
Ha chiuso.
E cazzo faccio? Mi devo andare a rivettorarmi, che palle.
A Cooper, why can't I go direct a Cooper?
Io sto facendo un diretto per Echo Mike Echo November, descending from 6,000 feet to 4,000 feet, for information.
Okay, so this is weird. A Cooper isn't even on. Ah, it's Pigot, not... Oh, that's why. That's where I need to be. Boom. There's a guy in front of me, 36 above and descending. We need to be EG... USR. USR is where I want to be. Right, this is where I need my Navigraph chart, and I need to check what my constraints are. Well, after abduct, it's essentially, after Pigot and abduct, it's radar vectors. So I'm going to go to 122.8. So it's all just gone a bit pear-shaped. I was going to say was Apuka the higher altitude waypoint. Yeah, I just misread it on the thing there. Okay, screw this. I'm just going to go heading hold because this is just a bit ridiculous.
Eastern traffic, posting for a hotel, established at 27, 10 miles.
Right. "17 nautical miles. I'm going to continue my descent. Now it's at this point where it kind of is a bit weird because I'm gonna continue descending. I'm gonna descend down to 4,000 feet.
Moving short 27 for landing traffic.
Okay. In the descent, okay, that's the approach checklist. We're going to pop the lights on.
Eastmid traffic, channel 54 Romeo. We're going to be taxiing to Alpha 2 via Romeo and Alpha. Eastmid traffic.
Oh, right.
Eastmid traffic, taxiing to 212, Golden Shot Alpha 1.
Eastmid traffic, flight 289, going to be on a 10-mile final for our runway 27.
Eastern traffic, Postman for Hotel 27, 4 miles out.
Eastmid, Postman 2882 behind landing company, lining up for the boarding 27 Eastmid.
Okay, coming through some condensation here. We're currently okay. But I will just double check that we are using appropriate amounts of
Eastmid traffic, flight 289, 10-mile final, now runway 27 established on the ILS. We'll report short final.
Okay. So we are 109.35.
Eastmid traffic, EG218, turning for final runway
It needs
27.
to be 268. Set.
Eastmid traffic, EG8 for 8654, 15 miles, runway 27.
Now this is going to be a bit difficult because everyone wants to get in on this runway.
Eastern traffic, Postman 2882 landing up 27 Eastern.
Skylink runway 19er on bound final for runway 27 in Midland.
Eastmid traffic, flight 289, we're on a 5-mile final now, runway 27, 5-mile final, runway 27. Final approach speed 180 knots.
And Postman for Hotel is
Roger,
runway 27.
I'm 3 miles now.
And because everyone is going
traffic,
far
Postman
faster than I am.
282 departing 27.
Section 2 to Golf, lining up heavy, arriving. Eastmid traffic.
Skylink runway 19 established for runway 27 on Midland.
I do want to follow behind this guy. Okay, there's 3,000. Let's stop there.
EG218 on 10-mile final, runway 27, ILS established.
Hold.
Establish speed 17 knots, descending to 150 for runway 27.
Eastmid's traffic, Golf Lima, India Foxtrot Romeo, holding 3,000 and slotting in for the ILS.
East Midlands traffic, flight 289, short final runway 27. I believe I'm the only traffic to land. There's no other traffic in front of me to land.
East Midlands traffic, Postman 282, airborne 27, last call.
East Midlands traffic, Neptune 22 Golf, landing behind me, arriving. Lining up, correction.
Now, in real life, there would be a I mean, look at those two.
Skylink 919 going around. I have the traffic 12 o'clock of me. Maybe 15 miles.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's going around. Okay.
And East Midlands traffic, flight 289 to the one holding Alpha 1. We'll let you to vacate so you can go. That wind. Oh, for goodness sake, this is not going to work. Okay. East Mids traffic, Golf Lima India Foxtrot Romeo is number 2 for runway 26. I'd be advised I'm currently doing 120 knots ground speed. That's the best I could do, I'm afraid.
Easy 218, 5 mile final runway 27.
Yeah, he's number 3.
Skylink 919er will be number 4 after the Skylink 170.
Don't you drive up my backside.
East Midlands traffic, flight 289. We have clear runway 27.
Neptune 22 Golf taking off runway 27, East Midlands traffic.
ED218 late landing after departing traffic.
Channel 54 Romeo behind the landing EasyJet, so we'll be landing at runway 27, East Midlands traffic.
Oh, goodness sake.
Neptune 22 Golf, airborne.
East Midlands traffic, easy A654, 7 nautical miles.
No, this is crazy. This is just crazy. I might actually just cancel IFR flight plan and go visual and then do an orbit and wait for my moment to pounce down in there.
Easy 218 landing, runway 27.
Oh my goodness, that EasyJet's doing 95 knots over the ground. Okay. Right, this might be some unorthodox methods. But this is how I am going to slow down.
East Midlands traffic, easy X654, LF intercepted, runway 27.
What on earth? Where did he think he landed?
East Midlands traffic, Channel 54 Romeo lining up, runway 27, East Midlands traffic. Actually, we're going to continue holding, we've got another short final.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to go around. East Mids, Golf Lima India Foxtrot Romeo is going around.
East Mids, Channel 54 Romeo will then be lining up runway 27 now, East Mids traffic.
Now, I may have just destroyed my engine there. Yeah, I'm going to cancel my IFR flight plan and do just orbits. Downwind, actually.
East Midlands traffic easy 8654, short final runway 27.
Oh, I thought I brought up the gear. It's that old middle gear jiffy.
East Midlands traffic, pushing back down 111, facing east. We'll go 385.
Okay, 1,000 feet AGL. Or, not AGL, sorry. 1,000 feet indicated. Right hand turn. Okay, so let's keep my power down. I did not expect.
Eastman traffic 272 Alpha Bravo, tag Alpha to 7. Actually, we'll probably... Yeah, we'll take Alpha. There's a plane crash on Bravo.
East Mids, Golf, Lima India Foxtrot Romeo is cancelling IFR flight plan going to VFR right-hand circuit and will hold orbitals downwind of the threshold of 26, waiting for a slot.
Channel 54 Romeo departing runway 27, East Mids traffic.
Yo, I'm actually slightly impressed. I think we've all been pretty tight on comms. I like this.
Paulino, those...
Traffic, 1900 Charles. 3,500 feet search, about to establish ILS 1 plus.
Seeker 170 from Seeker 9919.
Neptune 22 Golf East Midlands traffic diverting back to East Midlands due to auto thrust issues.
Hold on.
Cancel the diversion back to East Midlands. Let one of our engines shut themselves down. We're just doing a quick air restart.
East Mids traffic, Channel 54 Romeo, clear at 27.
East Mids, Golf, Lima India Foxtrot Romeo is turning a right downwind for a very short final runway 26 to get in before the arriving aircraft. East Mids. Yeah, I think I have the space.
East Midlands traffic easy 8654, clear off runway 27.
Okay. Bit of aerodynamic braking here.
Skylink 919 currently doing the left downwind for runway 27. Back to reach.
East Midlands traffic, figure 343, intercepting localizer runway 27, 9 miles out.
Oh, here we go, boys. Here we go.
East Midlands traffic, figure 343, number 2, runway 27, ILS approach.
170, 4 miles from touchdown.
Neptune 5 Alpha radio check.
5 by 5.
That's a
Bravo, Speedbird 343 and OPS 555, pay attention, I'm number 2 in final, turning final in about 3 miles.
Negative, sir. I am number 2 currently. You'll be number 3, figure 343.
Runway 27 vacated.
Sure.
Sorry, which one is number 2, please?
I am Silver 343 is number 2, sir. 6.3 miles out.
Roger, I follow you, thanks.
Number 272 Alpha Bravo, holding point Alpha 2, we've got the traffic in sight landing here.
Yo. I'm not even reading chat. Oh, don't ask me. Don't ask me. I will read it afterwards. There's a Ryanair taxiing there. I need to not run into him.
Turning final with number 3.
Number 2 guy, how far out are you?
Oof.
Guy, that was number 2 in line, how far out are you?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Cool, good talk.
272 Alpha Bravo, we're going to depart 27 here.
So we got 34 miles final.
4
Nice.
miles final, copy.
Air
We'll be out of the way.
Atlantique.
Easy 197 Charlie. Landing 15.
Now, of course, I'd get horrendous,
458, we are extending our downwind to runway
horrendous wake turbulence from that.
7 runway
But,
vacated.
I mean, realism kind of goes out the window when that kind of situation gets thrown at you, unfortunately. But that's just the way it is. Because I pulled off the runway so early, now I'm kind of... Oh, please don't. Yes, thank
East Midlands traffic, we got 343, 2 miles out, number 1 for landing, runway 27. East Midlands traffic.
Alpha Bravo, we're one clear. Thanks.
East Midlands traffic, we got 343.
East Midlands, Postman 458, we are established on localizer 27.
So many go-arounds. Okay, it's not this one. It's the next one.
7, Alpha 1, 4 Bravo and Alpha. Walker 3858.
Skylink 919er, number 2 for runway 27. Actually, we are 7 miles.
East Midlands traffic, Neptune 5 Alpha, pushing back from stand 09.
East Midlands traffic, Postman 100, base to final runway 27. We are 10 miles out.
East Midlands traffic, we have a traffic on localizer that don't report his position.
East Midlands traffic, we got 343, runway 27 vacated.
Copy, Skylink 919 currently 6 miles, number 1 for landing.
Yes, appreciate. You passed through me. I am number 1. Congratulations, Captain.
I don't see you, sir, in the map.
Yes, no problem. I extended my downwind so the traffic in runway can take off. But no problem. Continue your approach.
Roger.
Oh. Okay. Off for the landing lights, off for the pitot heat, off for the rotating beacon, idle cutoff, mixture, off. I don't really want to look at chat at this point, but I'm going to. Okay, thankfully, no one commented adversely to that. Let's go and have a look around. This is just crazy. I mean, let's go and actually look at the final approach. Oh my goodness. Is it just me, or is it just the way... is it just the way VATSIM... I can't genuinely imagine people are that bad. I think it's just because different people's sceneries are slightly askew. Ian, you catch me at such a time as this. Oh, here's an A300 inbound. Let's see how he can do. Oh, that was where, like, we had, it was a busy VATSIM evening, and all controllers just went, you know what, we're done, we're out of here, bye guys, you can sort yourselves out. And all of a sudden everyone was on Unicom trying to say what they were trying to do. It was, oh, he's actually this guy's doing actually quite well. Never mind. Surely it should be easier in an airliner like this. Surely it should be easier in airliners like that to land in crosswind conditions versus a Comanche 250. I don't know. Oh. Let's go have a look at the the A300s here. It's usually a scenery difference, yeah. Good to know my A300 model matching works. I think that one up there is an AI aircraft. Ah, yeah. I think this is an AI aircraft. Yeah, it looks much better than the rest. In fact, yeah, that's an AI aircraft. That's a 767. Cunningly disguised as an A300. Oh, and he's off there. I mean, he's not. Yes, that's a 767. Yeah, there's got to be some AI aircraft placement on my scenery. But hey guys, busy night. I mean, that was an enjoyable flight. Oh, he just went around. Right, well, let's see, what is he? It's a Ryanair. No, that's the Air Atlantique. No, that was a takeoff. Do you know, I genuinely think plane spotting on VATSIM in Microsoft Flight Simulator with high quality airport scenery is enjoyable. It's like, oh yeah, let's watch what comes in and out. So let's watch this guy come in, and then I'll call it an evening. And I hope everyone has a good New Year's. Oh, that's a good shot. Alright, let's just tweak this a bit. Drone speed, rotation speed. There we go. Let's just leave it with this. And so folks, thank you very much for watching. For those of you who have been watching the channel over the year, hope you've enjoyed it. I think as a little bit of a 2023 review, I've been very busy in 2023. There's all sorts of content that would be nice to make. I just haven't had the time to make it. I've definitely unintentionally veered away from making a lot more tutorial-based content, and I've just kind of defaulted to more doing a lot more live stream content, which it doesn't have the engagement, I think, as and it's not as helpful to the community as tutorials. So I think in 2024, what I would like to do with the channel is I would like to do you see how the lights light up the underside of the aircraft as he comes down? I would like to do a lot more tutorial-based content, not live streams that are hours long, literally to the point videos where it's like, let's break down every little facet of what I enjoy doing, raw data navigation on VATSIM, and let's make little tutorials on it. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I guess a lot of people aren't used to the A300 yet, and so they're kind of getting used to the controls. So there's a bit of that. There's a bit of that to do with it, I'm sure, as well. I think he's going to come full length. Yeah. We'll watch him come full length, and then we'll watch the takeoff. I'm at work about to do Forest for V Man U, so sadly no flying today. Ah, sorry about that, Ian. Hope the game goes well, and we will see you around, I'm sure, in the new year. I see. Okay, he's off. Listener, thank you for the stream. It has been an enjoyable year. It really has. A lot has happened this year in the flight simulated space. So we have a lot to be thankful for and a lot to look forward to in the year to come. I just hope A2A comes out of the gate swinging with the Strata Cruiser or the Constellation or something. We just need more vintage stuff in the sim. Every developer needs to put some vintage stuff in here and teach these magenta line followers how to really fly. Anyway, that's it from me this year. I hope you all have a good New Year's, and I will see you in 2024. Laters.